Hi everyone, this is Design Start and today we are going to talk about effect. So let's move to an empty frame and add shape, which is the rectangle. And when you click on a particular item, it could be a shape, it could be text, it could be something else. In the right side panel, you have effects section where you can add an effect by clicking on plus. I described some things related to this first effect, which called drop shadow, in the separate video, but I will repeat it. So drop shadow is basically allow you to create shadows, and you may configure this one by changing the blur and also the Y and X axis. Depending on that, let's change the color here to the white, and depending on the axis, you'll have shadow direction. So you may go down if it's positive, you may go up if it's negative, and the same works for x-axis. So if you go in this direction or in this direction, the direction of the shadow will change. Now, you also may change the color of the shadow and also the transparency of the shadow. Now let's move to another one, which is inner shadow. The principle is the same, but instead of basically outer shadow, right, it's casted inside the shape. So the principle is the same. You can change the direction, you can change the blur, spread, transparency, and the color. Basically, this is for decorative feature of your designs, so it's not that widely used. And drop shadow is more frequently used in your designs, especially in digital product design. Now let's move to another one, which is layer blur. For this one, I'll change the color of the frame just to make sure you understand better. And you can see that basically this one makes your shape blurry. What you can change here, you can change the blurriness. So you can see now it's almost invisible. And when this value is small, it's almost not blurry at all. Now the last one, it's a background blur. This leaves you the shape of the shape very straight and very concrete, but the background will be blurred. And for now you don't see any changes here, but let me just draw another rectangle and place it under the rectangle that we are working with, and then you see nothing, right? Nothing changed. But background blur thing works only with the transparency of the layer by itself. So if you change the transparency of the layer, you'll see the result. Let's do it like that, and you can see that this part, which is not below this shape, it's very clear, and now this part is very blurry. And let's change the blurriness so you can see the difference. You can see still here we have the blur, which is like 18, and still it's not visible. So yeah, this is something you need to keep in mind when you work with background blur. Usually this background blur could be used for some grass morphism. I will talk about this in the later videos, but just keep in mind that this is how it works. That's all for now, and see you in the next videos.